love good wine. You always want to, shit. Can you smell that in the air? No, not the shallots, and no, not the lemon. Can you smell that spring is in the air? Here in Toronto, it is reaching a balmy 20 degrees. If you're somebody who speaks Fahrenheit, I think that's going to be roughly about 70. Not totally sure, but as I used to say in journalism, never let the facts get in the way of a good story. Regardless, spring is in the air. People are looking forward to having brighter foods, brighter wines, and so today I'm going to show you how easy it is to put together a classic lemon shallot vinaigrette, classic and easy, plus the knock it out of the park wine pairings that will go with it. So let's get to it. Hi everyone, I'm Erin from the Wine Sisters, and welcome to our channel, where every week we show you how to eat, drink, and entertain like a pro. Now it is finally spring, and fair enough, it's been spring for probably about a good month or so, but here in Toronto, spring is always a little bit of a fickle mistress. Sometimes it snows, sometimes it's -0, it's always very cold, or it gets really hot. In fact, today it's actually a very warm, humid, balmy 20 degrees, a much needed salve for my spring weary soul. But I'm hearing it's gonna snow on Tuesday, so I guess you got to take the wins while you can. And speaking of wins, we just wrapped up our food and wine lab. We teach a wine school every week as well. If you want to, head to thewinesisters.com and see the class schedule so you can take part in it online or in person. But after that shameless self-promotion, let's get to the point of the video, shall we? Today I'm going to show you how to make a classic lemon shallot vinaigrette. Super easy, and it's brilliant for spring entertaining, of course. Think about this on asparagus salads, think about this on leafy green salads, think about this even drizzled over all of those spring greens that are coming into season right now. Spring peas, asparagus, artichoke, ramps. This is going to be lovely. And I'm also going to show you a classic wine pairing. Now, in the sommelier community, in the wine community, when you say vinaigrette, sometimes that can send people scurrying for cover because historically vinaigrettes with all of that sour acidity has been absolutely deadly for a wine pairing. But I've got a little trick that you're going to want to participate in to show you how, with the right wines, we can actually neutralize that acidity. So first things first. So let's get to the lemon shallot vinaigrette. This will be done in a snap. Okay, so I like to put in a good couple of pinches into my measuring cup. Trust me, you're going to need more salt than you think you need. You want to make it taste good. So, you know, that's a good amount of salt right there. And then I'm probably going to use about a quarter cup of fresh lemon juice. Freshly squeezed lemon juice is always the way you want to go. You really don't want that bottled stuff. The bottled stuff has like a funny little, I'm just gonna put that there, has a funny little taste to it that won't show up well in your vinaigrette. You always want to, I really just, oh, shit. So I just broke my squeezer. Typically that's not something that will happen. So you just ram it right in there. That should be a good quarter cup or so. Okay, now we've got our salt. I'm just gonna give that a little stir. I like to put in the salt first because the salt will dissolve into the lemon juice. Now what we're going to also end up doing is I have a little bit of melted honey. You're going to need just like a little soupçon, just like a little teaspoon, because you wanna offset the sourness of that lemon juice. So just like a, watch that, 1 Mississippi. Put that right in there. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to chop up some shallot, of course. So you want to go horizontally like this, then you want to go down like this. And then all you need to do is once you've got sort of, see how you've got it almost looking like a little bit of a fan? Then all you have to do is really quickly slice it like this into tiny little dices, okay? All right, so with our shallot, we're just gonna add in our shallot. I'm gonna use, I don't know, a good couple tablespoons. Let that sit there probably for about 10 or 15 minutes to really let the lemon juice infuse. I'm going to put in a few fresh cranks of pepper. Again, this is to taste. I like it kind of spicy. I like that little peppery bite, but also be aware that we're going to be putting in about a teaspoon and a half or so of Dijon. So if you don't like things with that piquancy, if you don't like things with that sort of heat, then you might want to monitor how much pepper you put in. Dijon is going to be integral because that's going to help it emulsify and keep the oil and the lemon juice together as opposed to having them separate. So I've got my olive oil here. Extra virgin olive oil is what you want. I'm gonna start giving it a little bit of a stir while pouring in the olive oil. And you just wanna keep going. I had about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, so I'm gonna fill this up until it reaches about the cup mark. Typically you want about a double amount of oil to the acid ratio. And you can see how it's all come together really beautifully. And you can smell it too. You've got that great pungency of the shallot. You've got that freshness of the lemon. This is gonna be really fantastic on a fresh spring salad. I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite dressings. Now, back to the task at hand. We're gonna be talking a little bit about wine pairings. So what you wanna get, and if you read the descriptor down below, you know that I've already asked you to get a little slice of lemon. So I'm gonna use this one right here. And you're gonna wanna participate because this is really fun. Okay, so you just need a little wedge of lemon. This might remind you of the games that you played in university, but stick with me. So I've just got this little slice of lemon, and the idea with pairing wines to your vinaigrette. Now again, your vinaigrette, of course, whether you're using vinegar itself or lemon juice, it's an acid. And like I said earlier, acids can really throw off the balance of a wine. So what you need to do is you need to have a wine that has just as much acidity or a high level of acidity, because what they will do is the two acids will sort of neutralize each other and actually bring out a bit of a sweetness. So a classic pairing for salads is going to be Sauvignon Blanc. I have this really beautiful Robert Mondavi Napa Valley Sauvignon Blanc, kind of the OG of California Sauvignon Blancs, Robert Mondavi is. And I also have a Vinho Verde, another nice option. Vinho Verde from the northern region in Portugal. I was just there in November and it was fantastic, really. If you haven't been there, put it to the top of your travel list. You will not be disappointed. But this Vinho Verde, again, that mouth-watering acidity, which is going to be just great. Plus it comes with a screw cap, which makes things so much easier for your parties. Just pouring in a little bit of our Vinho Verde. You'll notice Vinho Verdes often have a little bit of spritz in them as well. So not as much as a sparkling wine or a champagne, just a little bit of a fun effervescence, which makes this really great for spring entertaining because it's light, it's crisp, it's fresh. You're gonna get loads of notes of, I always get like fresh pear, a lot of lemon lime, sometimes some peachy notes, so a real cornucopia of fruit elements. And then when you taste it, you get that pinching in your cheeks, that sexy saliva pool under your tongue. That's the brightness, that's the nervy backbone, the acidity that's happening in this wine. So now that you've got that mouth-watering that's happening and you've kind of acquainted yourself with your wine, and if you haven't, trust me, put this video on pause, go get yourself a slice of lemon and play along with me because you're gonna be so amazed at what's about to happen. Take your lemon, trust me, I know, trust me. You're gonna suck on your lemon, appreciate how much your mouth is watering, appreciate the acidity, but then you're gonna go back to your wine and see what changes. So let's do this together, shall we? Okay, I'm here with you, don't worry. 3, 2, 1. Woo! I'm awake now. Back to the wine. See what happened there? That wine, the acidity in that wine has not dropped out, it's still there, but it's really been rounded out by the edges. By having that acidity from the lemon itself, it's rounded out the edges and made the wine, our Vinho Verde, a little bit softer and a little bit more approachable, and also really promoted a lot more of those fruit notes. So the same theory is gonna go when you have a vinaigrette on a salad, is that when you have that bright vinegar base to your dressing, that if you choose to have a wine, and it doesn't have to be Sauvignon Blanc, that's the classic, or a Vinho Verde, you can also choose something like Chablis or even Champagne would be nice. What will happen is they will, as I've said already, neutralize each other. The wine will become fruitier and the salad will be just as great, and it will be a lovely, lovely pairing. So there you have it. Easy peasy, a fun little exercise. I hope you played along. If you liked that exercise, if you thought that was fun, stick around for future videos. I've got a few more up my sleeve that I think you're gonna find really impactful. And like I said, check out thewinesisters.com for our own wine school. You can attend from anywhere in the world online, or if you're in Toronto, you can attend in person, and I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. These workshops are tangible, and they really teach you something, and you leave with some really great knowledge, plus you have a ton of fun. So my name's Erin, I'm the Chief Sommelier from The Wine Sisters. If you liked this video, if you found it helpful, please give us a little like, leave us a comment about what you thought was really interesting, or even ask us a question. I promise I'll get back to you. And also consider sharing this with your friends. can never have enough wine knowledge. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Erin from the Wine Sisters, and we will see you when we drop a brand new video. Stay well, drink better, maybe eat better too. Santé.